Canto 6, Chapter 2, Ajamel, delivered by Vishnuduta. Vish, Vishnudutas. Text 26 to 37. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narottam Namaskritte Naram Chevam Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jvevam Uditrete Nastate Pravishwe Abhedresho Nityam Bhagavatam Sevam Bhagavati Uttam Shaloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastike. Text 26. Ajamil said, Alas, being a servant of my senses, how degraded I become. I fell down from my position as a duly qualified Brahman and begot children in the womb of prostitute. Text 27. Alas, all condemnation upon me. I acted so sinfully that I degraded my family tradition. Indeed, I gave up my chaste and beautiful young wife to have sexual intercourse with a fallen prostitute accustomed to drinking wine. All condemnation upon me. Text 28. My father and mother were old and had no other son or friend to look after them because I did not take care of them. They lived with great difficulty. Alas, like an abnormal lower class man, I ungratefully left them in that condition. Text 29. It is now clear that, as a consequence of such activities, a sinful person like me must be thrown into hellish conditions, meant for those who have broken religious principles and must there suffer extreme miseries. Text 30. Was a dream I saw, or was it reality? I saw fearsome men with ropes in their hands coming to arrest me and drag me away. Where they have where have they gone? Text 31. And where have those four liberated and very beautiful person gone who released me from arrest and saved me from being dragged down to the hellish regions? Text 32. I'm certainly most abominable and unfortunate to have merged in an oceans of sinful activities, but nevertheless, because of my previous spiritual activities, I could see those four exalted personalities who came to rescue me. Now I feel exceedingly happy because of their visit. Text 33. Were it not for my past devotional service, how could I, a most unclean keeper of prostitute, have gotten an opportunity to chant the holy name of Vaikuntpati when I was just ready to die? Certainly it could not have been possible. Text 34. Ajamil continued, I am a shameless cheater who has killed his Brahmical culture. Indeed, I am sin personified. Where am I in uh, comparison to the all auspicious chanting of the holy name of Lord Narayan? Text 35. I am such a sinful person, but since I have now gotten this opportunity, I must completely control my mind, life, and senses and always engaged in devotional service so that I may not fall again into the deep darkness and ignorance of material life. Text 36 and 37. Because of identifying oneself with the body, One is subjected to desires for sense gratification, and does one engage in many different types of pious, pious and impious actions. This is what constitutes material bondage. Now I shall dis- disentangled myself from my material bondage, which has been caused by the supreme personality of Godhead, illusory energy in the form of woman. Being a most fallen soul, I was victimized by the illusory energy and have become like a dancing dog led around by a woman's hand. Now I shall give up all lusty desires and free myself from the illusion. I shall become a merciful, well wishing friend to all living entities and always observe myself in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nijimate, the Krishna. Yeah, Sri Krishna Prabhu, whenever you're ready, you can start, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Hoji. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Krupam Tamaham Prapadye. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are seeing this section where Ajamila is realizing that his position has been, he is given another chance by Vishnu Dutas, and he is very, very grateful, and he is taking that opportunity wholeheartedly and realizing. So yesterday we've seen how discussion between the Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas, how Vishnu Dutas actually gave the essence of all the religion, not only the rules and regulations of scriptures, but the essence of all religion is to obtain the mercy of Lord Krishna, and thereby all the sinful activities in the heart should be completely eradicated, rooted out. And a person is, my Guru Maharaj used to say the word rooted, grounded, right? So the grounded firmly in Krishna consciousness. So that only happens by the mercy of Krishna. When one takes to Krishna consciousness, the person completely is grounded in Krishna consciousness, where that the thoughts of sinful activities completely gets eradicated. So when the thoughts of all the previous lifetimes, all that thoughts gets eradicated, the person becomes completely free from the sinful activities. Not only that, I mean, that is just a byproduct. The actual thing that happens is a person fully becomes in alignment with Lord Krishna in desire, so that whatever anukulyena Krishna anusilanam, the person is so much in love with the Lord that everything on the opposite side gets wiped away. So naturally all the sinful tendencies gets wiped away. So this discussion between Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas, Ajamila is witnessing, right there, he was witnessing everything. And from verse number 26, now uh, he's revealing what his feelings are after witnessing this samvada, a communication between Yamadutas and Vishnu Dutas. So this discourse or samvada, basically Yamadutas were asking several questions, and then instead of answering those questions, Vishnu Dutas also asked several questions, and then they themselves have answered these questions in several of the verses above. So in essence, they glorified the holy name, and they made them understand that because Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam, the Lord is giving all the religion, He is the source of the religion. And when somebody is taking full shelter of the Lord, how can then be sinful? There cannot be any sin in that person because he has taken full shelter of that Lord, and therefore Ajamila is sinless. He has committed so many sins, but now that he has chanted the holy name pure, he all his stock of sins are completely eradicated. So that means Ajamila is freed from the clutches of Yamadutas, and now he's getting another chance to perfect his life and go back to spiritual world. So now starting from verse number 26, so we can see how is Ajamila taking this opportunity and what is his contemplation. Um, you know, so like Srimad Bhagavatam is multidimensional. So it speaks about the discussion that happens and then the feelings and emotions from the person who's listening those discussions also, right? So it's multidimensional. So from verse number 26, so he starts with Aho me paramam kashtam. So he's just thinking, oh, how I, being the servant of the senses, how degraded I became. And he's saying, um he viplavitam. So all his Brahminical qualities were destroyed, and he even begot children in the womb of a prostitute. So he is just specific words he's mentioning that Prabhupada is elaborating in the purport, that how the higher class like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they do not beget children in the womb of a lower class woman, generally in the Vedic culture. So even Vaishyas also, they do not, there are several Vaishyas, they do not eat meat, they follow the Vedic culture nicely. What to speak of Brahmanas, they're very, very, very cultured. So they always marry of the same Varna, or sometimes it could be of lower Varna, but mostly of the same Varna. That way they, in the Vedic culture, they were always, whenever a child is born to Brahmana, that boy or girl is naturally of Brahmanical culture, because that Varna, the matching that Varna was very, very strictly followed in those days. So that is why Ajamila is saying how degraded I have become. Now I have begot children in the womb of a prostitute. So he is contemplating on that. And he fell down from his position of a qualified Brahmana. So just like in this material world, we have an idea of how the material world, how the progression happens from ordinary worker, and then he gets into some company, and then he grows up in the career. He goes to the position of like the highest top position, CEO or something. And again, he falls down to a labor category. How would somebody feel? So, but we don't understand that in the Vedic culture also there is a progression. A Brahmana is the highest standard of culture where he is feeling complete relief from the stringent material nature. Maya is torturing everybody, but Brahmana is supposed to be above all that. He was already in a position of where he is um, Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. So he knows the Supreme Lord, he is going towards that path. So he's already on the topmost platform. But if somebody is falling down from that position and then marrying a prostitute and then doing all kinds of thievery, stealing, cheating people, drinking, then you can imagine that from such a great position, Ajamila has fell down to such a low position. So he's contemplating on that. But in the society, people don't know. They think if we have money, that is the highest position. But money, if we have a lot of money, that actually comes with a lot of dangers. So Brahmana, whenever Brahmana gets any additional money, he distributes it to others and as a charity, and then he keeps whatever is necessary for him because there are a lot of dangers that comes with money. So here Ajamila is contemplating rightly that how he is degraded, and then he is saying Dikmam Vigarhitam Sadbir. So he is saying he is so condemned that he gave up his chaste and beautiful wife. Kulak Kajalam. So he's saying Kulastriya or Kulak Kajalam. So Balam Hitwa Balam Satimya Aham. So he just gave his chaste wife and fell down from that position and married a prostitute. And also Surapim Asatim Agam. So he was accustomed to drinking the wine, and he becomes so degraded sinfully. So now he's contemplating all this because the first thing that happens to anyone who gets mercy, in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing mercy to Jagai and Madai, and they were crying like anything. Their tears were coming from their eyes non-stop, and they were feeling how so degraded we are and how much merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu that they were actually taken us into the shelter like that. They were crying and crying and crying, and then because when in a mood of gratefulness, the first thing that comes is in the past what happened, and then now how we are. So this is Prabhupada is appreciating this mood, and he's saying the one should be very grateful for the relief that he has gotten from the past position. So this is really nice. Prabhupada is appreciating this. So now Ajamila has been given, Vishnu Dutas has given him an opportunity to become a pure devotee. And then a pure devotee is regret his past sinful activities in all the four regulative principles: illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. Not only should one give up his past bad habits, but he must always regret his past sinful activities. This is a standard of pure devotion. So one time Vedavyas Maharaj also, when he was giving class, he said we should contemplate side by side. We should read Shastras and understand, all the good things that Shastra is saying. And then at the same time, we should understand the difficulties in the material world. Side by side, both we should learn. That way, we don't go back to our old habits and again fall down. So similarly, Prabhupada is saying this contemplation of being grateful and contemplating that how we were so fallen before coming to Krishna consciousness can make us rooted and become grounded in Krishna consciousness. And Ajamila is also contemplating that how he was so ungrateful. His father and mother were very old, and he was naturally not taking care of them. He completely left them. Na anya bandhu tapashvina. So he's saying that the father and mother, they went to great austerities to raise him. The mother has given birth and the father has taken care of him. So of such great austerities, but he has not taken care of them. He just left them. So with the great difficulty they were living. So because another important aspect of how he's contemplating that because of his bad qualities he didn't even see these things before. So now he's seeing these things because by the association of Vishnu Dutas were pure devotees. They were associates of Lord Narayana. So by their association, excuse me, he is able to see few things which he was not able to see before. So this is definitely the power of the holy name as well as the association of Vishnu Dutas that is making him to realize a lot of things which he has not realized before. So I mean, even in Krishna consciousness, when somebody comes for the first time, or in the beginning stage, he comes to association of devotees. I mean, I can imagine myself also when I used to go to Bhakti Vriksha in the beginning days. Every time I used to feel a little bit guilty. I was not, in a right, even the mood of sitting there, because I felt a guilt of having so many bad qualities. And then at the same time, I was feeling the mercy that the devotees were showing. It's completely out of the world. I mean, I was not really a recipient of that mercy. I have no qualification. So this feeling of guilt comes in feeling of that you have some bad qualities that you have to get rid of. That in the association of devotees, it just becomes like a mirror. It shows up in front of you. But if you in the material world, you just forget about it. You don't really worry about those bad qualities. So this is a greatness of devotees, that in the association of sadhus, we can see our heart like a mirror, what is going on, like a mirror. So now Ajamila is saying that I have performed so many sinful activities. Naturally, I should have been suffering extreme miseries because I've broken so many religious principles. Dharma granaha kamino yatra. So he's so lusty and he's broken so many religious principles. Naturally, I should have been punished. But what happened now is he saw very vividly that he has been released by Vishnu Devatas by the mercy of Lord Narayana. So now we all do, like something miraculous happens. We just say, is it like a dream or is it real? So Kim idam swapnam ahosvit. So he's saying, is it real or is it dream? So he's trying to come back to again this worldly existence of living in this material world is like a dream only every day. So, but in even within the dream, the things happens, and we have to feel the pain and pleasure on the material world. So now Ajamila is coming back to senses and understanding that he is really being delivered by Vishnu Dutas. So now he is saying, where is this beautiful people, the four beautiful people? Charu Darshanaha Vyamochayan Niyamanam. So they released me. Where is this four beautiful people gone? Otherwise, I would have been dragged to hellish regions. Badwa Pashair Adobhuvaha. So the Pasair, the Yamapasa, the Yamadutas were putting that Yamapasa and trying to take the Ajamila's soul from the core of his heart. So he was remembering that also. So whatever happened, all the conversations, everything was crystal clear in his mind. So all that is coming out and flashing again in his heart. So here Prabhupada is saying that in the fifth canto, when the hellish planets were description were came, in the lower portions of that universe, there is Yamaloka also. So there they are called Ado Bhuvaha. So they are the downward to the hellish region they are living. And then the verse number 32. So now Ajamila is on one side, he is extremely feeling that guilt of done so many abominable qualities. And the other side is extremely happy of Vishnu Dutas. So both sides he's having the feelings and emotions, and how we could see this four exalted people who have come to rescue him. Uh, so now he's feeling that he's so unfortunate. Durbhagashya Vibuddha Uttama. He was so unfortunate, merged in sinful activities, but he was so fortunate that Vishnu Dutas have come and created Bhavitavyam Mangalena. So auspicious that Vishnu Dutas have come. So he has seen the extreme difficulty and the extreme mercy at the same time. So one always wishes that Vishnu Dutas, they come and take the soul to spiritual world, and then one does not want to see the face of Yamadutas. So he has seen both Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas. So his feelings are mixed feelings that he is displaying here. So now, so in this verse, Prabhupada is quoting several Shastric verses about the greatness of Sadhu Sangha. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 2254 says Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Kaye, Lava Matra Sadhu Sange, Sarva Siddhi Haye. So even Lava Matra, like a fraction of a second, is enough. Association of devotees is enough for all perfection. So that is what all Shastras are recommending. So, so here also, Jamila has got the association of the Lord through his holy name, Narayana, and then he is in his beginning of his lifetime as a Brahmana, he has done so many activities, devotional service activities, which fructified and then gave him an opportunity to chant the name of the Lord Narayana. And at the time of the death, he is getting the association of pure devotees, Vishnu Dutas. So all this combined together is creating an opportunity, auspicious opportunity for him to become a pure devotee. So, so in this purport also Prabhupada is saying how the seed of bhakti is given by Guru. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. So the seed of bhakti is given, and then it will fructify and it will save us from greatest dangers. So Ajamila, in his early days, he was performing bhakti very diligently. He was performing bhakti. So he was actually going to pick flowers for the offering of the Lord. For the garland, he was going to pick flowers, and that time he got entangled in this vision of seeing this prostitute, and then that thought polluted him. But he was the goal for which he was going was to get flowers for the Lord. So you can imagine he was performed so many activities under the under the instructions of Guru, who has given the seed of bhakti, and that has saved him from this greatest danger of gliding down towards the hellish planets. So now the verse number 33. Um, Now he is understanding that how is that such a sinful person could have gotten the mercy of Vaikuntha Pati, Lord of Vaikuntha. So in this verse, he is saying Vaikuntha Nama Grahanam. So how is that he is able to chant the name of the Vaikuntha Pati when he was about to die? If it has not been, he has done any devotional service in the past. So naturally, he's concluding that yes, my devotional service that I did in the past helped me in this most dangerous situation. So, and then the verse number 34, Ajamila is uh, again contemplating that where is he in terms of activities and where is Lord Narayana, and how is he, all auspicious name of the Narayana he could chant in this very abominable condition. So generally fire and water doesn't mix together. So if the fire and water is mixes, then naturally it doesn't stay together. So how is it possible that where there is where there is so much water and moisture, the fire immediately can manifest? It is not possible, right? Unless there is something in the past, something has happened. So similarly, in the heart of Ajamila, there were so many, he was practically doing so many sinful activities. Then he is contemplating, where of this all auspicious name originated from my mouth? How is this possible? Unless it has been cultivated in the past, in the past. It is not possible. So that is, again, he is concluding that Bhagavan Nama Mangalam. So all auspicious chanting is manifested. Certainly, it is not possible because of my sinful activities, only possible because of mercy of the Lord for the devotional service that I have done in the past. So, here Krishna also gives the same message: Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. So this greatest danger, Prabhupada also says, gliding down again to the animal species of life, where we have to go through 8,400,000 species. Jalaja Navalakkani, Stavara Lakkavimshati, Romeo Rudra Sankama, Pakshinam Dashalakkani. So like that, so many species of lives we have to go through to come to the human form of life again. So this is the greatest danger. So now Ajamila, if we, is being dragged to the hellish planets, and according to his activities, again, he would have been given another body. It could have been in animal species or human species, we don't know. So now finally in the verse number 36, 37 for today, Ajamila is concluding that why this has happened and how he was victimized by illusory energy, and he was dancing like a dog in the hand of the woman's hand. So he was so much after his lusty desires. So he was concluding that because of identifying with this body. So that is the starting point. He is subjected to all this kama karmajam, avidya kama karmajam. So this ignorance, because of identifying with his body, the ignorance, it has caused him to identify, go after the sense gratification desires, and it created all kinds of pious and impious activities. So, and then naturally, he is being, bonded in this strong material activities of karmic reactions. Um, so now, in order to come out of that, he is saying, now I will disentangle myself. Mochaye grastam atmanam yoshin mayatmam mayaya. So now he is saying, now I will come out of this bondage which is caused by Supreme Lord's illusory energy in the form of a woman. So why form of a woman? Because he got attracted. Anything, doesn't matter, woman or car or house. If something is attracting us so much, that is illusory energy. That is Maya, because that is binding us towards working so hard, trying to satisfy our desires, and then the whole life is going after behind that. That is the representation of Maya. So in this case, he was victimized by this prostitute. So he's saying this, the Maya in the form of woman. Some people get victimized by car, some people get victimized by house, some people get victimized by job. So many things victimizes us. All of this is illusory energy, the Lord's Maya energy, which is very powerful. And now Ajamila is concluding that this is the reason. And then he is saying that now I shall come out of these all this lusty desires and free myself from this illusion. So krida mruga iva damaha. So as if controlled by an animal, I was being controlled by this illusory energy. So now he is saying that I will come to the path of bhakti, and naturally, what is the consequence? He is saying I will become a friend of all living entities. So in the bhakti platform, the three things Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami also says, that Namaruchi, Jivedaya, Vaishnava Seva. So once you taste the holy name and you become a devotee, you become a friend of all living entities. Jivadaya, you become merciful to all living entities. And then you observe yourself in the holy name of the Lord. And you also become service, you do service to the Vaishnava Seva. So these three things manifest. And Ajamila is also saying that I will now free myself from illusion and do uh, all these wonderful Krishna conscious activities and be merciful to all living entities. So this concludes our verse number 37. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I just went a little bit overboard today. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrind ki jai. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.